Hi there. Welcome to Apple World, that is. Whenever I first at any point seen him go off for the first time in quite a while, it shocked you too. Huh, it did. As I said, I've never seen him. Our association is a messy public trial. It will be. It is a messy public examination of unrestricted love. Jade is the closest companion I have ever had on this planet. We are back again with one more wind in the will. Jada Smith adventure. And this time, Will Smith's mom has supposedly dropped her feedback on all that has been happening with her child and his loved ones. Will Smith's mom, Caroline Briggs, has communicated her dissatisfaction with regards to Jada Pinkett's tricks and her astonishment at how she might act around Jada, which is absolutely not normal for the child she knew and raised. She accepts that there is something else to it besides what might be immediately obvious, and that Jada may be subtly performing black magic to hold her child under servitude. This is a fascinating point to investigate, so we should get right to it. Caroline Bry and her child, Will Smith, have had to deal with difficult stretches together since Will was only a kid. Will's dad, Willard Diddy Smith Sr., was a drunkard and forceful man who frequently took out his indignation on his youngsters and spouse. Being the oldest child, Will was the most exposed to his dad's vicious eruptions. He revealed in his journal that his dad's hostility was primarily focused on him and his mom. This made Will and Caroline extremely close, as they offered each other consistent encouragement through the difficult situations. Caroline and Willard in the end separated, and Will and his dad drew nearer in no time before his dad kicked the bucket, be that as it may. Areas of strength for Will with his mom has not blurred a piece. She has likewise been a strong stone in his vocation and has been there through his misfortunes. And wins when Will won the Oscar for Best Entertainer for his exhibition as Richard Williams. And ruler Richard, she was not too far off blissful and pride for her child. I'm glad for him being him, I know. How he functions, how hard he functions, I've been endlessly holding up. When I heard the name, I was simply yes. For this reason, it has been shocking for Caroline to see Will caught in a harmful relationship, rehashing a similar cycle. She proceeded with her significant other Willard for Caroline. Most unimaginably stunning thing that has occurred with Will was watching him go up in front of an audience and hit one more man in the face over a joke. The 2022 The Smack Oscar will stand out forever as one of the most paramount due to that solitary activity. It produced a ton of reaction from general society. However, individuals most dazed by Will's activities were individuals in his inward circle, who knew Will very well. One of them is obviously his mom, Caroline, as per Caroline had never seen her child carry on like that in her life. She knew Will, as a sort of peace-loving individual in no way, shape, or form, was the kind of individual who might pick viciousness on the off chance that there was an elective, even though his kin realized that he will generally be thoughtful and liberal. Will's more youthful sibling Harry once told individuals in a meeting that notwithstanding being rebuffed by their dad, each time their dad got into one of his states of mind, he continuously figured out how to make his kin grin. He'd circumvent a corner. Furthermore, he'd make faces so we'd snicker and we'd deteriorate. He told individuals to act thusly on such a major stage. It was unbelievable. Caroline admitted that the occurrence left her profoundly upset about Will's psychological and close-to-home well-being in her meeting with the BC Philadelphia subsidiary WIUV. She communicated her concern over the sort of impact Jada made. She said he is an exceptionally even extrovert, that is, whenever I first at any point seen him go off first time in quite a while lifetime, I've never seen him do that when you fundamentally look at all the proof from that Oscars occurrence. It is difficult to come to any end other than that Jada has some sort of woo-woo command over Will. When Chris Rock at first kidded about Jada's Alpia, Will appeared to take it in great game and snickered. He didn't appear to be upset by any stretch of the imagination until he saw Jada feign exacerbation with that solitary activity of Will out of nowhere, understood that the joke was hostile after all. As though captivated, he overlooked the way that he was at the Oscars with the entire world watching. He walked up to the stage and gave Chris a decent smack in the face. Just after Will makes what is without a doubt one of the greatest errors of his profession, you can see Jada stagger forward like she is giggling. Jada discussed that evening broadly in her recently delivered journal. Commendable, as per her in the book That Slap, was a basic point in her and Will's marriage and 6-year partition. She composed what I knew without precedent for a long time since our separation was that I would remain with him in this tempest as his better half. Regardless of what Jada proceeded with, I had not felt as such in quite a while. I wouldn't leave him, nor would I battle his battle for him like I had attempted to do so often previously. So let me get this straight. In the event that Will had not gotten up and humiliated himself at the Oscars that evening, would Jada never have understood that she need to remain by Will through various challenges? Let's be real. It appears as though in the most natural-sounding way for Jada, the slap was a trial of his dedication to her. The way that she can request that he accomplish something that is actually less than ideal to show what he can do to her addresses how much control Jada employs over Will. And in the event that that doesn't sound detestable, I don't have any idea what he giggled at that terrible joke that Chris said like every other person, and afterward Jay took a gander at him. And it resembled the man-on-competitor man. Not the Manchurian, not the boycott. God damn it, even Panther Wright proved unable to help yet. Notice how slapping Chris Rock was unnatural for Will in her meeting with Genuine Creation. Puma discussed how she thought Jada was taking part in hocus pocus to control Will and cause him to do her offering. She additionally referenced that because of Jada, 2 or 3 have damaged and manhandled such countless young fellows in Hollywood, like Resigned Factory and August Alina. They're both doing unusual things in their homes, and young fellows have gone out shouting to move away from them in their mentorship. Compliant plant basher Dark went out shouting August, the one in particular that remained, and I surmise he was truly wiped out. He really wants a canine. She added that Will and Jada are bi, and they might have done things together that will be excessively appalling for their professions to make do, assuming they separate. Perhaps that is one more justification for why they keep on remaining together. It has gotten so awful that Will's dear companions are emerging to discuss how they dread Will's prosperity in his relationship with Jada. One of Will's dear companions, Bilal, conceded a meeting with Parody Publicity, where he became genuine about his relationship with Will and how that relationship has experienced, because of Jada as indicated by Bale, will resembled a radiant individual to him during their time-long fellowship Bale has watched Will develop into a liberal, kind, and dazzling individual. Sadly, their companionship began to go downhill when Will met Jada, who quickly took over such a great deal Will's life that it started to hang Will and make him a wound individual, notwithstanding Jada's new eruption and the many meetings she has given attempting to freshen up all that has occurred among her and Will in their times of marriage. Will is still here supporting her and keeping up the picture of the devoted and cherishing spouse during Jada's book-marking occasion at Pratt Libraries will offer a sincere discourse in Jada's honor. Jade is the closest companion I have at any point had on this planet, and I will appear for herself, backing her until the end of my life. That would have been an extremely heartfelt and contacting second on the off chance that we didn't know exactly how wild Will and Jada's relationship has been, from the various ensnarements and betrayals, to the partition Jada's admission that she never at any point needed to wed, and their unusual nurturing styles. Rhodes are saying will proceed to take each blow Jada doles out on the grounds that she has him enthralled. One individual remarked, "This is black magic after the gibberish Jada pulled. No man sane would keep on being a piece of her life." One more said, "Jada is so misrepresented and very uncertain. She utilizes black magic by hanging past connections to smash men's self-images."